We got some advice about a couple really good places to see wildflowers, so we're packing up, spur of the moment. Gonna go see some wildflowers. Original plan was to stay here, do a bit of a drive around to the small towns, but in true grey nomad style, we had two different groups of people come over to say hi to us this morning. One was a man who was traveling around in his caravan with his wife from Darwin back down to Perth, and then another couple who did a 10-day wildflower tour who also live in Perth. Both grey nomads, retired folks. Spontaneity, here we go, we're back on the road.
Top of that hill over there on the right.
Wow. Wildflower season everywhere. Alright, we are continuing our wildflower adventure trip through another ringneck. It's a ringneck. Oh, it's gone. It's so gone. Oh, here comes the car. Okay. Here I go, still unabashedly vlogging on the side of the road for the wildflowers. Very exciting. We saw some cows, which is so good. Hi guys. Oh my gosh, are we about to feed a bunch of cows? You want some of this? Oh, gloss. Alright, back to the cows. Okay, Brad pointed out it's an electric fence. They are probably pretty skittish to come over here, which is fair enough, guys, fair enough. We'll see you later. It's nice seeing you. Oh, this is the new Norcia Community Center. Sorry, this is the hostel. So it's designed in a neoclassical style. The hostel was originally a guest house for parents visiting students. This is the kind of dreamy hostel hopping you think about going through Western Australia. Wow! New Norcia is super cool. It's an old Benedictine town. I just love it when there's palm trees everywhere. Alright, welcome to the New Norcia Cemetery. So, this is a Christian-based religious institution from the past. It has very similar connotations to the history of Canada and their terrible past with regards to the missing generation, stolen generation of Aboriginal and Indigenous people. So here is their graveyard for monks and nuns and things, but yeah, this has a sordid past as far as how they were treating Aboriginal people and the shady things that happened on this location here in Australia. So as much as I'm admiring the great architecture and the historic elements of this town, I also acknowledge the terrible things colonial settlers have done with regards to Indigenous peoples. So pretty beautiful, also just as terrible as what is happening in Canada, finding unmarked graves for residential students, residential schools. Alright, onwards to a water fountain. We are in New Norcia to see what we can see, but also to refill our water for our further camping trip. What is happening here? Bored kids were made to come visit a cemetery and they're like, I'm gonna stack seashells. That's what I'm guessing anyway. And then surprise of all surprises, the European Space Agency Interpretation Room. Which, I mean, wow, cool. Welcome to Europe's access to deep space. What? Weird. A new eye on the same sky. New Norcia. Deep space antenna. What? Okay. 8 kilometers south of New Norcia, visible from the Great Northern Highway. Cool. Look into that later.
Cool.
Interesting. You guys doing? Swallows. Oh.
On top of the box over
They
there.
have a whole nest in there.
Just got face swooped too.
We do bring the good insects. So these are the different seasons here in WA, and we have been here since Boonaroo, and now we are in Jilba. So not that one, this one. We're in Jilba. That's our season right now. And it goes on to this one and this one. Okay, so here we are in the Abbey, and there are various depictions of, drawings on the wall, but I gotta say, this one is something else. Everyone is represented. There's a spaceman. There are indigenous people. There are people in miniskirts. I don't know. Someone just did the tour yesterday. They were kind of filling us in, saying they were trying to represent all walks of life with this mural. New Norcia.
When we got in here, she was on the other side of the strip, wasn't she?
She was, yeah. She was just right up in there. We will not be. They're working on the organ though, so we aren't gonna hear any music. Gotta say, one of my favorite things about visiting abbeys and churches and all that is their ancient organs. I've had an organ, I took piano lessons, but playing the organ is something that I just love the sound of the organ. And their organs are just so beautiful and ornate. So I would have loved to go all the way back there to see their organ, but alas, my hopes and dreams. What is happening there? Adaptations, that's what I think that is.
But then right beside it, that's the Cathedral of Santiago.
Oh, it is. Buen Camino, everyone.
Pulled up a picture and it is undoubtedly the Santiago Cathedral.
Yep, that's the Santiago Cathedral. And it even has the staircase around, so the triangle staircase. Quimara Taylor family. We, the descendants of the Quimara Taylor families, acknowledge and show respect to our ancestors and elders as the custodians of stories and sites on this land that define our dreaming track and traditional connections to the Yuat country. Alright, so this is the Interpretation Center to acknowledge the Aboriginal people who lived and worked here for 100 years and the stories that they have. While always looking down at my feet for brown snakes. There have been so many signs. I haven't filmed one yet, but just being like, hey, it's warming up. Brown snakes everywhere. Please watch your feet. And we have been. All right. So progress update. We drove from, I should rehearse this before I just give it a go. Where were we? We were in Wannamal, and we just drove through Yurcoin, and now we're in, what is this? Oh, Piawanning. There are some flowers that just look so fake. These look like the real plastic dollar store flowers, but we found a whole bunch of them while we were driving, hoping to find somewhere to stop so we could take some photos. But check these flowers out. Oh, they're so beautiful. But they look like the fake flowers from the dollar store. Which I gotta say, just as a general rule, knowing about flowers because of the dollar store growing up in Canada anyway, they're all really plastic and hard, and that's what they're actually like here in Western Australia. They're like real hard and plasticky, and like they feel like the dollar store flowers. That's actually what they feel like when you touch them. I'm like, oh, that feels like a real eucalyptus. Feels like a real orange flower. Wow. Look at the different sections of them too. Like this one is probably the old one. This one's in their prime. And then this one's all curled up weird. Oh, I'm probably yelling. I have my earplugs in. I have my earplugs in, sorry. And we're gonna drive down Miling Road towards Wongon Hills. And then from there, go north up to Woobin. And then possibly all the way to Mulara towards Geraldton. But really, if we just get like, oh, this is a beautiful place, we'll stop in free camp somewhere. Then we'll just drive back to Perth tomorrow. So it doesn't really matter how far we get, because we still have tomorrow to explore wildflower season. But we went to go see the Everlastings. So that is our goal, to see the Everlastings. Let's see how we go. They don't last very long. Yeah, they don't really last very long. We're actually going right now to see them, because if we don't go now, we won't be able to see them. Everlastings. We found a pink lake. We're right by Lake Hinds. This is amazing. Totally unexpected. I didn't think we were gonna find a pink lake so close to Perth. Some sort of beast has walked this way. What is this beast? It's a dog, isn't it? Wow. Brad. Wow, look at you.
These photos really don't seem to do it justice.
No, they don't. But I mean the color is the same as my shoes. Wow. So the pink color is due to salinity, the salty substrate here. And wow, it is like a tangerine color. What are these? Oh, Brad! They're like bright.
Yeah, I see one right here.
They're bright.
Is it a beetle?
Green beetles. Yeah, there's one on the shore here, so that's easier to track for you. Going up and up and up.
It's found in the other bush.
What is it? Oh.
Antique beer bottle.
It's the exact same bottle.
Exact same. Same marking, same registered trademark.
Huh.
A treasure hunt of them.
Oh, oh my gosh, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there.
Maybe
okay.
They aren't as antique and old as I thought they were.
So Brad's my adventurer. Look at the slips, look at the slides. Ooh-wee. This isn't going to be any better, but here I go. Oh my god, why? Okay, I can't go that way. Why would I go closer to the lake? Why did that make any sense? Oi! I'm stuck. This is where I live now. You're gonna get me slipping. Aren't you? So pink. Pink! Yeah, so fresh. construction zone and we're being led by a pilot vehicle, so we're not on the wrong side of the road, but it sure looks like it, doesn't it? My humor. I feel like this song is playing every time I do this. Alright. Wildflower country! We found some very Albertan wildflowers. Hey, it's wheat. But hey, these are actually, I think these are everlasting, so that's what's happening to them. I'm gonna look at these being like, these aren't wreaths, right? We're not that late, these aren't wreaths. When we actually see wreaths, I hope to show you what they actually look like, but not those. Wow, flies. Road train! Alright. Let's get into it, hey? Because we made it here. Western Australia. We're in the wildflower region. We're in Latham right now. And this is just so bushy. It has wildflowers and trees. I feel like we're in the middle of nowhere. It's one of those moments I've been waiting for since stopping work, or even before I even got my job in Perth. It's like, you're doing it all for this moment of being on a road trip. So here we are, feeling it all, but it's hard to just take a moment and be here now, you know? How do you ground yourself when you get to a new place? I do a lot of stretching, that's for sure. A lot of burping. A lot of wiggling out, especially joints. During a road trip, especially when you're just sitting. I also take my earplugs out if we're somewhere quiet like this. And all I hear is the humming of wasps, flies buzzing, birds and crickety things chirping. The highway, I can hear things coming really far away. And it feels nice to have a breeze in the shade. It's only probably like 23 degrees as a high today, but it's about to get to be 36 degrees as a high in WA. We decided to go on this trip, wildflower season, but also the temperature, going north a little, avoiding the extreme heats. I mean, we're not going anywhere close to, let's say, Broome, but the idea was to get out of Perth and see what we could see. So glad I'm here. Thanks for being here right when we got here, grounding with me. Tell you a little bit more about Latham in a second.